Hey, LabCoat agents, it's Tristan and Nick, and today we've got great people with us. We've got Dale, Jeffrey, Denise, and Joe, and we're going to be talking about SEO. Who doesn't?
Ooh, I love that topic.
Dude, it's sexy, right? I love it.
Really is. It's very underappreciated.
Dude, I have to agree with you on that. And let me introduce everybody. Everybody knows Nick. Nick, can you show everybody your t-shirt, bro?
Sure.
Sexy t-shirt. Transformers, like the 80s. That's a show I grew up with. I love that. Obviously, I've got the LabCoat agent shirt. And let's introduce Dale. Dale, how do you pronounce your last name?
Stauffer.
Dale is the co-founder of I Found Agent, amazing website. And he's kind of like built this whole thing out on his own, which is kind of cool, man. I didn't know that. And you've been in mortgage and real estate since 96, right?
That's correct. Yep, it's been a while.
Awesome, bud. And then we've got Jeffrey Hogue.
Yes.
Out of Pennsylvania. What city in Pennsylvania, dude?
I'm in Reading, PA, Berks County.
Nice. And when you see his site, your jaw's going to drop. The stuff that he's done on his site to get some SEO, absolutely beautiful. That's why we have him on. And then we've got Denise Heiss. Is that right, Denise?
Heisey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Denise Heisey. She's only on audio. And she is the assistant to Colleen Olson, but she's really what holds this whole team together. She's absolutely amazing. Her job was to break I Found Agent's website and make it absolutely even more amazing. So she has some amazing insights on what she's done to get her website to be where it is now, which is super cool. You guys will love it. And then we've got Joe Griffin. Joe, I don't know much about you, buddy, but Dale says you're absolutely amazing and that we had to have you on. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so for all we know, we're all screwed. Just kidding.
Joe, all I know is that you have a company called Position King and that your focus is on SEO. You're the king of SEO. Is that right?
That's what they say. That's right. So I'm glad to be on board.
Beautiful. Somebody says that you have a radio voice. Gotta love that.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
All right, so let's get started. Dale, we're going to talk a little bit about I Found Agent really quick, just so people understand what it is. And then we're going to get into Jeffrey's site. So Dale, tell us a little bit about I Found Agent. Why'd you start it and what is it?
Well, during the crash back in the 2000s, 2007, 2008, I was getting done with doing loans. And I had gotten into doing technology for my mortgage company. I started learning the SEO game. And it was time to hang up the files. And in 2008, shut down the mortgage company I had and got into doing full-time websites. A couple of years, I got trained by a guy who was a WordPress expert. And in 2010, started getting referrals from title guys to do real estate websites. So I jumped into doing lots of real estate sites, installed a lot of IDXs on different websites. And in 2011, I wasn't happy with the service we could provide our clients from an IDX perspective. There wasn't a lot of products on the market back then. There was a couple diverse solutions and a few others, but there was a very small playing field. So we put money in a hat, hired a developer, plugged the server into a wall, and we built our own IDX technology. And in 2011, we went live and started selling our IDX product to real estate agents in the Phoenix market. And really our job has been, how do we use technology to put our clients in the best place they can with their clients?
So what do you think is the number one secret for your website success? What is that?
Well, it really puts the real estate agent in an efficient position to manage their business and with their clients. So using our system, staying in touch with their database, and if they follow what we tell them to do, it markets for them, it generates blog posts for them, it syndicates to social media, it does all the things that real estate agents, really struggle doing consistently, our whole system wraps it up, puts it all on a bow, and that's the strength. And then we follow the rules of Google for SEO, which some of these guys will talk about. It's very straightforward what we do. We don't play tricks with Google. It's they're pretty clear. Follow our rules, and your websites will do fine in the search engines. And that's how we set everything up.
I love it. All right, man. Well, thank you. Let's get into Jeffrey's site. So, Jeffrey, as Dale pulls it up and shares it onto the screen, Jeffrey, let's talk about why you decided to get a website. Tell me the whole story, because a lot of the times agents say, you know what, I just want a website and I just kind of want to piece it together, and then they forget about it. Where did you come from on this?
Okay. Actually, a bunch of years ago, probably 15, 20 years ago, started trying to develop my own websites. That was back in the days. I can't remember what Microsoft. It was so long ago. I don't remember what Microsoft's program was.
Front page.
Front page. Thank you very much.
Oh Lord.
When got out of that ASP.NET world and got over to doing some PHP with Dreamweaver, and really enjoyed that world. In other words, just the creation of it. You can do a lot with ads and publishing, of course, but the web creates an unlimited atmosphere and a platform to represent yourself and your business to prospective clients. Interestingly enough, as of last year, in the United States, we finally reached 50% of the population that shopped online. That means there's 50% to go. We're only at the halfway pole, which means there's a lot of growth beyond where we are. Real estate in the last 10 years has come a tremendous way in representing itself to the public, and where at one time all consumers, when you said how many buyers are out there, it was very limited to the people who just contacted you. Now people don't have to contact you, and virtually everyone is a buyer. As long as they go to a real estate website and start looking at houses, they're a potential buyer and seller, of course. So I thought it very important to have a top-rate website. And one of the things we're going to talk about today is you can have the best website in the world. It can be the best looking and the best functioning, but if no one sees it, it just doesn't matter much. People need to see your site. And so a lot of that. What's that?
What have you done differently to make your site visible? Because a lot of agent sites are just there. Right?
Oh, absolutely. One of the things I started doing early on is writing content. And I believe that was one of the biggest helpers in getting your site out there, and learning how to write or finding someone to write content that's specific to your local market, your local area. Google picks that up very good as relevance. And when you start working with content, you really can get places. Also, with what Dale does is with the IDX feed, is you make all your property pages from the IDX feed, those dynamic pages, indexable.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what does that mean?
Indexable?
Yeah, what to everybody? I want to understand.
Okay.
I want people to understand that.
What that means is if I create a web page like real estate in Berks County, and I write an article about how wonderful real estate is in Berks County, that's one page. I can have that page indexed by the Google bots, and that'll show one page out there on the internet. When there's 40,000 listings in an MLS, and you have them all fashioned to your website through an IDX data feed, now you can virtually have 40,000 pages indexed. And it starts with your domain name, jeffreyhorealtor.com/listings/ the address of the property. Done correctly, now you have a monster. And I can tell you that's pretty much how Zillow, Realtor.com, and those other megaliths out there get ranked so well, is because they just have a dominance of indexed pages out there and content.
So you're saying that every search that somebody does or that you create gets indexed by Google, and it appears on the Google search, right?
Absolutely. Every address is botted as long as it can be found on your site, as connecting to your site.
So why not freaking, geez, I've got like 40,000 people on my database. I could just create a search for all 40,000 and I could be indexed everywhere.
Well, certainly that. And again, you don't even need to do that to have these properties index. You can simply, by having the data feed, it will ultimately index most of them, not all, but most. Okay. Now, the interesting part is what Dale has done is he's created a system of what I call a property drip. Somebody calls me and says, Jeff, I need a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath home in the Wilson School District. So I can put together a search on my site, send it to them through a property drip, and every time properties are listed that cater to that buyer's desire, he'll get an email to click to go to the link to my site on a page that's now created for them. The more visits you get and the longer these visits stay, create unique users, time on site, which are all things that are gauged through SEO with Google. And again, I'm sure Joe can follow up on this pretty well. But you want people on your site a long time, you want good index pages, and you want great content. And voila, you've got a ranking site.
Jeff, you've also done something else. As Dale was scrolling through, Dale scrolled like you made some icons at the bottom of your page. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Berks County School District Home Search. What the hell is that?
Well, what that is if you click on any of those, you click on Antietam School District, for example, the first one, the first thing you see is a banner, which, and again, I won't get too deep with this. Maybe the SEO folks will talk about this, but the way this page is set up, it is meant that anytime someone would go and want to search Antietam School District homes, that my site would rank on page 1, that they'd find this page, thus being able to search for homes in the Antietam School District. So this is a landing page, is what this is.
Would you recommend everyone do this in their area? Like,
absolutely.
Have it,
How many? I mean, that's like the number one thing is like, we want to be in this school district.
Well,
it's like there's all the home sale right there.
Nick, you nailed it. I mean, I've worked with Chime, I've worked with Commissions Inc., I've worked with Conversion, and a lot of these other groups. I've had their sites, worked with their management groups on user UX stuff and SEO stuff. One of the interesting things is for a long time, they were all doing things like the name of a city or a zip code. The problem with that is in many areas, the name of a city encompasses a larger area than people are focused on. Therefore, in my area, you go to Reading, but Reading's Exeter and other areas, and people want Exeter. They don't want Reading. So in order to do that, you end up going with school districts.
How'd you get school districts, Jeff? Can you scroll
What's that?
Down? How'd you get the school districts? How did you see which school district it belonged to?
Tristan, does your MLS have schools?
Yes. Yeah. MLS, almost all MLSs have school as a search category.
If your MLS has schools, then it'll auto-populate.
Absolutely. Right, and what's happening on the larger scale of these companies is when you're using zip codes in local areas, you're not getting enough listings in a low inventory market. For example, in Berks County, there's 75 municipalities, but there's only 17 school districts. Wouldn't you rather have your customer find homes by searching 17 areas instead of 75 areas? So you get focus on a school district much better than you do on a smaller area.
So you made it simple. You went to what the buyer is looking for first.
Yes.
And that's the school district. Dale, can you click on another one so I can see like Boyertown?
Yeah.
I want to take a look to see what Jeff did. Jeff, did you do all this yourself, dude?
Yeah.
So you just grab the information from the city, scroll down, and then did you plot those little properties there, or is that part of website?
That's Dale's magic. That's I Found Agent's magic. All the rest of that.
Got it. All right. So Joe, I'm going to ask you a question, bud, because this is your like specialty here. When Nick and I are creating these sites through I Found Agent, what are some things that we can add to this section that Jeff has?
Well, Jeffrey hit on some great points there, and he's using these as landing pages and overall ranking. My big thing is as Jeffrey also said, you can have the greatest looking website, but if it's not found, you might as well not have a website. So early in this, I started focusing on natural first page placement. You can buy first page placement through PPC, but it's a whole lot easier. Most people can afford and most people want natural first page placement. That's the number one term in my industry. In fact, if you search natural first page placement on Google, Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, I rank number one on every search engine, and I have for years. I fight web pros, my friends. Sometimes they get number one, I do. But, that's a pretty monumental task.
Where are you located, Joe?
I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, good. As long as you're not in Los Angeles, I'm safe.
I'm right on the golf course right now at Kierland. So we look for sites that are easy to work with. And, one thing that when Jeffrey also mentioned having these 40,000 websites, one good thing that I really like about I Found Agent is they use static pages versus dynamic pages, or a combination. Without getting too deeply into that, in other words, a static page is a page which is created, which sits there for all time, so that Google can crawl and index it, as he also mentioned, and then therefore it can store it in its database or it can be searched. A dynamic page is a page that only loads when you ask the question of the web browser, and it queries the database and then builds a page in front of you. Unfortunately, many of these realtor platforms use that type of system. I was really happy that when I stumbled onto Dale, or the other way around, I can't remember how we got his first client site, but it's been great. In fact, it took us, I mentioned the client's name, but I think about 3 months of us coming in and working with this client. And now he just sold his first home in North Scottsdale. These are multi-million-dollar homes here. And so he's paid this guy's ecstatic. And I believe he's listed a couple more.
Let's say Nick and I are starting from scratch, right? We want to copy what Jeff is doing because this is freaking brilliant. What would you recommend we do? Do we just kind of rip off what Jeff is doing and kind of plug in the cities, or what?
Well, I don't know how Jeff feels about that, but kind of
we're in a different area.
Yeah, we're in a different area.
That's good.
Joe,
it's the same type of format. I mean, you want to be able to specify, what you want to rank for, and then you need supporting text and content and SEO, of course, for that idea. And there's a whole litany of things that are involved with that, from headers. And by the way, the nice thing about I Found Agent is it allows you to create and modify headers. It allows you to do internal linking, which is very important. It's where you hyperreference a particular search engine term and point it to another portion of the page, or you can send it outbound. I like WordPress, and believe me, I fought WordPress. I hated WordPress because we were straight HTML guys, and we used CSS as what it was originally intended for. Of course, the programmers fought with us, and they eventually won and created WordPress. So we said, all right. So we went into WordPress. We're talking years ago. And we made demands, and you have to have it this way and this way. And it was a great marriage between the two sides, graphic designers and coders. And so Jeff uses WordPress, and the nice thing is he uses on a quick server. A lot of times you can get on WordPress and wonder why your page doesn't load. Now, Jeff probably and Dale figured this out at some point, and I know that they've moved to a very fast server system. Is that right, Dale?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for us, it's huge because we have to edit these pages and load these pages quickly. And so it works out really well for us. But yes, you want your page to focus on the target you want to rank for, is what Jeffrey created. And I'm glad to hear he's doing well. I think it's awesome.
If you guys would like to try something on your, Dale, if you want, on your search, put top realtor in Berks County, just as an experiment. Let's see if it ranks. There's the paid.
Whoa.
Jeffrey Hogue Realtor.
Hey.
And then down here, first one after the paid. That's from Phoenix, Arizona.
And let me do a little, just so that everyone knows I'm being honest here, I'm going to log out of my Google account because I can skew the results.
Right.
And there's Jeffrey Hogue still. And there he is again. So
you're on Google Maps also. Google Places. Good job, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's, again, content, guys, when you're writing content, make sure you're not copy and pasting off Wikipedia and other places. That's plagiaristic. Google catches that quick. and you can get penalized. So there's programs out there that allow you to take content, reorganize it, and utilize it. And that it's not plagiaristic. So again, there's a lot of different points. There's about 8 or 10 points that Joe, I'm sure, is an expert at. It would tell you that there's things you can do to rank in no time. In many areas on bigger stuff, you're not going to beat out Zillow and those guys. But when someone's looking for a real estate agent, they're going to find you.
That's correct.
Well, and I would actually offer, this is Dale, I would offer that if you do drill down into your market area, you can outrank Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, and the big boys if you're drilled down into your farming and niche areas. That's why it's important to be able to have the control and be able to build the searches that Jeff's done, and that's what we teach our clients to do, so that you can focus in and have a shot at ranking, because Google loves to rank local brand websites. They love to do that because that's what the consumer is looking for, is to work with somebody local.
Yeah. What I experienced through working with iFound Agent, as opposed to these other, what I call megalists out there like Boomtown, is the flexibility of WordPress, allowing agents to represent themselves to their clients. If you try that with these other platforms, you really can't do it. You're locked out. You're paying big dollars, not truly getting a representation. You're farming for what I call raw leads, and you got to pay Google to get ranked, because there really is virtually no SEO with these other sites. So you're opening your wallet so wide to get haphazard leads most of the time to farm out. With iFound Agent, you can be precise. You can have such precision on where you want to market, what you want to do, and how you want to do it. You can still pay for pay-per-click and things like that, but you're going to get the benefit of self-marketing your site and make it about you and not about these other like Commissions Inc. and so on. That's what you're going to get.
Dale?
Yep.
You show us Denise's site?
Yes.
While I jump on to Denise. Denise, what do you think about all this? Are Jeffrey and Joe crazy? Or
no, it looks really, really good, and it gives me some more things to think about also.
Right.
I like the statement, what do you want to rank in? And so that's a conversation I'll be having with Colleen, is what do you want to rank in?
Yeah, I think that's truly important. This is Denise's site, if you can see it. Denise.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You were given the job by Dale to break iFound Agent. So can you tell us what you found, what you're doing on your website that others can do to make their site better as well?
Well, I'd like to start back in the beginning about why I even found Dale in the first place, because one of Colleen's there's two things that were important to her, and that is that she have a professional looking site, and the one I built in Weebly was no longer meeting her needs. And she also wanted to keep people off of Zillow and Realtor.com. She wanted them on her website, and she wanted people going to her website first. So that's how I found Dale. And one of the other realtors in her office had his website, and I really liked that. So with us, our main purpose initially was to get them searching on our site. And so Campaign Builder meets the needs. And the best part is we've paid several companies for search products, but they've never come close to meeting our requirements. They've always been very limited, and they're not interactive. I can't tell you, we have a 72-year-old client, a buyer, who is going in and making searches for herself. So we're just delighted. She's on our page.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and if they don't like the search, we ask them their criteria. If they don't like it, they can go in and change it. That was huge. That was absolutely huge for us.
Okay. That's super important. I think you got that right on, the ease of use.
Right.
So what are some of the things that you've done with your site that have helped it rank on Google, or just made it more efficient for you guys?
Well, we do blog. We don't put a lot of searches in the blog. We're more local, national events. So we blog in.
Can we take a look at the blog, Dale?
Yep.
There we go. Oh, you're out of Phoenix. Got it. Okay.
Right, we're out of Phoenix. So
what are some topics that you're blogging about that have helped on the home search?
Well, the local events have been very, very popular, but we have a lot of out-of-town clients also that have either moved away or they have second homes here. Phoenix is a great market for second homes, especially in the winter time.
Wow.
We try to combine real estate type articles with local articles. As you can see, we have a lot of retirees, luxury real estate, Colleen's in a lot of different real estate market. So this blog is more sharing real estate, sharing local events. Sometimes there's fun stuff.
Are those all of your pictures, or do you get them from somewhere?
Those are pictures that we get out on the internet. They're not all our pictures. Some of them are. We do have some pictures that we take.
Okay.
And sometimes I will summarize an article and then link to the article. I don't know if that's what I should be doing, but that's what I am doing.
Joe, what are some best practices here for blogs for all of us? So like Nick and I are just starting our website with I Found Agent. And what are some tips that you can say, okay, guys, you're going to blog, but do this when you're blogging?
Well, obviously, you're going to want to determine what it is you want to rank for. I think everybody's said. And so I would focus your blog around that particular subject matter. If it's, say, a home is for sale in Silverleaf, then you're going to want to put, write an article on that. You're going to want to have your header start out with that particular search phrase, which you can select in I Found Agent's editable region. And then you're going to want to have supporting sentences and supporting paragraphs for that particular search phrase. Images are great because Google does look to see if there's an image that's included in the paragraph. And of course, you want to do your alt tags for your images and descriptions, which are also part of the I Found Agent tools. And everything that you need pretty much for the creation is right there. So basically, we say 550 words is the perfect content piece for any subject matter. But it needs, the secondary.
I've heard
a minor. If you
is the secret. What do you think?
I'm sorry.
I've heard 2,000 words was like the secret.
Well, you got 500 or 550, and then you have 2,000. They're different price points. One is more of a brief paragraph, a brief descriptive paragraph. The other is more of a long, almost a dissertation. They're both going to be very beneficial. Even a sentence is beneficial so long as it's complete. But obviously, the more the better. But there is a certain amount that you want to only put on one page. After a while, it used to be that you get penalized. Now Google will just crawl a certain amount and then deem everything past that particular character count pretty much useless, or they don't put a whole lot of weight on it. You can take any page and you can search the first entire sentence. It'll rank on Google. You go down to the fourth or fifth paragraph. You take that first sentence, you put it in Google, and you'll see it almost doesn't rank. And anybody can do that, just as kind of an exercise for their own, benefit. So, but yes, 2,000. If you want to write 2,000 words for a page, man, have at it. That's it's going to rank.
You better.
We usually stick to about 500.
You better roll with some H2 headers down the road if you're going to do that.
That's right. And maybe some H3s. That's right.
Yeah.
Nice. Dale, anything you want to add here, man?
Well,
he's telling us that when I'm creating a blog here,
yep,
there are some tools that you guys have that make it easier. Can you show us some of that? Like when he said tagging and all that?
Yeah. So what Joe was talking about was this is a new blog post. So I want to make a new blog post.
And this is WordPress, right?
This is WordPress. Yeah.
So if they're like, hey, I don't want to do I Found Agent, they could just grab WordPress and do it too, right? Just to give people options.
Yeah.
But the secret is your IDX, right?
The secret is our IDX and how we. Denise was talking about she's setting up searches for clients and sending them out to their clients. And then one of the things we give her is we give her the option of whether she wants to blog that search or not on her blog.
Got it.
So she can be working with a customer, and we give her the option to blog what she's using or what she's making for her customer. So it's very efficient. So if she doesn't want to put it on her blog, she doesn't blog it. But if she wants to put it on her blog, that triggers a whole lot of other stuff in our system, like syndicating to social media. And it's all instant. As soon as you publish it, it's gone out to your Facebook account, LinkedIn, Twitter, it goes into Google, and it goes out to your client. And it's marketing, and all in a couple of minutes worth of time. And it gives the agent complete control as to what content do they want to publish, or what do they, quite frankly, don't want to publish. So that, Joe was talking about the headline or the header.
The header, that's right. And Dale, and it's important when you name your post, of course, to put your keyword phrase also, I would suggest in that new post heading that you're about to type there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. So Scottsdale homes for sale. Then you would drop down in here and type out. I'll just do it this way.
You see how his URL was created right below his title there? So it's perfect. It's hyphenated. It's created so that Google can crawl that.
Oh, yes, and not underscored.
Right. Now I can go in and edit this if I want, and I could take out that 4 to be, there's some guidelines to make your SEO even tighter. That we don't necessarily get into on this call, but there's one layer where if you do what we set up all of our sites to do, the 90%, it'll get you 90% of the way. If you want to go tweak things a little extra, then there's some extra things you can do. But taking out extra words that don't really mean anything to the keywords that Google's looking for. So, but we set this up. An agent never really has to edit these unless they want to get a little extra kick.
So that's really interesting that you can edit the link so it gets more Google juice. I love that. I just have a question. What do you think the best way for someone to reblog content is?
So somebody else's article?
Yeah, like how would you, what's the best way, obviously, and the most ethical way to do that?
This is how I talk to agents about it, is when you read something, we're all human beings and we all have opinions. And as soon as you read something, you've got a thought about it. There's a yeah, but, or I'd agree, I don't agree, something. That's your first paragraph. Whatever your yeah, but is, or I agree, whatever your commentary is about that article, write about it. And then go into their article a little bit. We call it repurposing.
Okay.
So repurposing somebody else's content, I've heard it said there's not a lot of new ideas out there in the human race. So we repurpose things from what other people say. We have our opinions.
Brilliant. I got to write that down. I'm going to borrow that phrase to sell. That's amazing, Dale. I love it.
Yep. So that's how we teach our clients to do it, is give us your opinion about what you're writing about, because you have one. And that's what your readers are really interested in. They're not interested in an exact copy of somebody else's thought. They're interested in what you have to say about it. And then put another paragraph or something about their article, link to it like Denise was doing, something like that. But
is there a website where we can just kind of, sorry, I almost dropped my other little dog here.
You dropped your dog?
We don't want the other one to fall here.
You've been hanging out with your dog a lot. You don't usually hang out with your dog.
Here's my dog asleep, right?
You don't usually like your dog.
There it is, but it's being nice to me today. So here's a question actually from the audience. So I'm going to answer a couple of. Well, I want you guys to answer them, not me. One of them was, it says, make sure the images you use are the ones you have permission for. So can you guys give us websites where we can get images that we can use? Joe, Jeff?
Dude, we have Travis Tom has a whole blog about 40.
Yeah, he has a ton of Any of them that they recommend?
There's Flickr, and you can go in and search for you guys may be able to help me. I think it's called common licensing. You know, it specifically says that you can use them for any purpose you want. And I think it was Nick that was just speaking. He's right. There's conglomerate lists over at websites. What do you recommend, Nick?
Yeah. So one of my favorites is, hold on.
Looking it up right now.
Because I haven't seen.
Is it Pexel?
Yes. No. Yeah. I love that one. Yeah. Pexels. Hold on. Let me pull up exactly the one that I use. Give me 1 second.
Pixabay. Pixabay is another one.
I love Pixabay. There's lots of great ones, but Tristan, I'm sending you the link that Travis wrote, so you can post it in the comments.
Perfect. I'll post that up because that was a question. And while you're doing that, I've got a question here. It says, how is this iFound Agent website different from the Ylopo website? So I'll answer that. Ylopo, we primarily use to bring in Facebook leads, Facebook lead ads. They do all of our marketing on that end. The way that we're using iFound Agent is to help us with the SEO, to help us with this unique IDX that Dale has created, which, I mean, every search that we create is indexed. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that alone, if you continually do, will just give you amazing Google juice. So they're different. This is specifically for my site, right? Everything I want to drive to. I can even use this to blow it up on Facebook or Google. Like Jeff was saying, you can do PPC as well through this. It's no problem, right? But I want to use this for organic leads. I want to use this for organic SEO like Jeff and Denise have been doing. Dale, can you go back to Jeff's site? Because that was, I love his site.
I want to, if I may, I want to share something with you guys on another way to ramp this up. And this is kind of an outside the box thing. My local newspaper is very popular in my area. What I've done is I've gone to the paper 5-6 years ago and asked them, I rented space in the paper to do an advertorial. Now that's an ad and an editorial. And what I would do is I take the articles that I write online and put them in the paper. What happens is you start to get a readership over time that links back to your site. And people start going there not just to read your articles, but to see who you are, do home searches on your site, and they start to use it as their real estate go-to site because you're giving more than just a raw search. iFound Agent's very good for this stuff. Then on top of it, what I did is I went to the local radio station, and now each month I do a radio show for an hour, again, elaborating on what I write in the articles. So what you're doing is you're focusing. Again, real estate to me is a lot about focus. Who do I want to serve? Well, of course, everyone, but that's impossible. So you pick a demographic that you like area-wise, your consumer, and then you focus your marketing dollar at that and get the majority of that marketing dollar to work in that area. By doing these things, you become the expert in your area. People know and hear your name, and then they go to your website to find out who you are, read your stuff, do the searches, and now you've supercharged your site and your marketing, again, locally, synergistically for yourself. And that to me was very important. And again, iFound Agent works perfectly for those things, much, much better than much more expensive sites in doing this.
All right. Can we see some of Jeff's real estate articles above there?
Yep.
That we can take a look at what he's written. So Jeff, how often do you write these articles, man?
Every other week.
Every other week. And
yes.
Do you include like a home search in them as well, or
not the article? The article is raw in the sense that it's data, and all these articles come out of I hate to tell you this, but my head. Just real estate stuff. Yeah, but so it's completely. It's completely new stuff. In other words, some of the articles that I've written have ranked #1 on Google. We get about 3,000 or 4,000 hits a month on just the articles. And right now we're averaging about 175 consumers a day going to the site, unique users. And again, I don't pay a dime to advertise this site outside of my iFound Agent account.
Wow, man. All right. So Denise, what are some of the things that you're doing right now besides the blog that that are impressing you that we should be doing?
Well, it sounds like there's a whole lot more I should be doing, but because our focus has been on everything that our clients interact with goes back to our website. But I see now we really need to concentrate on what we want to be ranked in, and I'm getting a lot of ideas on Jeff's sites. But everything we send to our clients leads back to our website. So I'm talking forms that they fill out. We do a lot of forms, even just brochures on home warranties. Everything we do goes back to our website.
So every open house person, every person that you talk to, everybody goes on to your database on the website and they get a home search, or no?
No, I'm talking about just driving traffic to our website.
Oh, got it. I see what you're saying.
Right, driving traffic to our website.
Got it. What are you showing me there, Dale? What's there?
Well, this is their admin area.
Right.
So this is inside her admin area. I think it's okay to show this, Denise, but these are their clients. So they've got 27 people that they're interacting with in their site. And here they can see the last time this gal came to their website was April 3rd. January 15th, scrolling down May 2nd, May 3rd. And you can see they sent a property update. The client came to visit the website.
So the CRM for iFound Agents right in the back of WordPress.
That's correct.
That's pretty cool. I've never seen WordPress used that way.
Yeah, we've pushed WordPress pretty hard with our system.
Can you set up listing alerts right through there?
Oh yeah. If Tristan gives me time, I'll show you guys how to do something like that.
By the way, guys, I'm doing 2 sites, so I'm going to keep you busy in the next several weeks.
Okay, giddy up.
I'm going to message you. Dale, I'll email you after.
Okay, and then the other thing to point out is that if you look at it this way, this is what it would look like from a mobile device.
Oh, that's so cool, dude. Tristan, did you know you could have a CRM back there?
Yeah, man. He showed me. Last week, I was like flipping out when he showed me.
That is so cool. And I saw that you had email like campaigns and things too.
Yeah. Yep.
I love it.
So I can walk through that if you guys want. But this is all mobile friendly. You could do everything. We have a couple people that I know of who use our system, and the only place they use it is on their phone. So they set up search campaigns for their clients off their phone. Try doing that in the MLS.
Dale, can you show what I think is the best part of this? I mean, I could be wrong, but can you show how to create a search and show everyone how it's going to be indexed onto Google?
Yeah. So I'm going to just jump into what we call our campaign builder. This is, to me, the sauce, the magic of our whole system.
All right.
So, realtors' jobs are typically they work with their clients to create searches, and then they take them out and show them houses. They list houses. That's their job. So we're not trying to change a real estate agent's behavior. We're trying to give them a tool to use to conduct business with. That's our mission. So when I come into the campaign builder, and Nick, I'm going to work with you since I don't think you're in the system yet. Okay. So if I type Nick, I know you're not there. So if I start typing Tristan, yeah, so I have a list of names in here, but oops, I went backwards. So let me go back into the campaign builder and start this over. So add new contact, and I acquired Nick today. I acquired him at an open house.
Okay.
So he's a nosy neighbor, for example, coming into my open house. And I say, hey, Nick, would you like to get a market update for the neighborhood? I can send you active and sold listings once a month. Would you like to see that for the neighborhood? Then you know what's going on in the neighborhood. You see a new listing sign, you'll know right where to go to get the price.
Cool.
Something like that, okay? Right. So it's Nick. Nick, last name, sorry, that's bad.
Baldwin, that's
right.
Started with a B, so you got it.
I had the B right. I had the A too, actually. Sorry. Nick, what's your email?
Nick Baldwin at kw.com.
Tristan can answer for me.
Okay. And what's your cell phone?
973
Don't give it out, Nick.
Listen, 555-1234.
Actually, that's true. You know what? I'll put mine in. Then it's a because part of what we do in a demo is I would show you how I can text you from our system. So I can text you right out of our system, but I can also and actually this will work just fine. So now I save it.
All right.
And there you are. And I'm going to build a quick search for my for a neighborhood. So I'm going to do active and closed listings. By the way, many IDX products don't let you do closed listings the way we're doing.
So solds.
Solds, yeah.
Yeah, we're sending solds and actives in the same search.
That is so cool.
You can do pendings too. Nice. And they can.
What homeowner that you know on the planet doesn't want to see that information?
Yeah.
Not all home.
Every single one. If at least we didn't want to see them around 2010.
Yeah.
That was about the only time.
Does it get indexed? Do the closed?
Yeah.
They also get indexed?
Well, they're already, one of the cool things about our system is they're indexed when as a actively sold property, they get indexed.
Okay.
And then when they sold, we change some of the content on the property details page, but we don't change the URL. So the property stays indexed.
Okay, perfect.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that's so good.
So I'm going to do Gainey Ranch. So I'm doing Gainey Ranch, and I'm going to go back 90 days. That's a typical appraisal time, right?
Yeah, 6 months.
If I remember my mortgage days. So I'm just going to search results here. Okay. So there's my search results. So reds are sold, greens or blues are actively listed. Okay. Now I can come in here and because I can see I'm from 245 up to 3 million. Okay. So I may have to narrow my search down. So I could go add in bathrooms or price or something. Okay. So, but for now, let's just pretend that that's what I want.
Yeah. That's what
so I close this down and I say Gainey Ranch. So that's the campaign title that I'm going to save in Nick's account. Okay. I want to create a blog post because I want to market my website. Nice. So I'm just going to say Gainey Ranch market update. And then I'll just copy this content down here so you can see, but I can put in a couple of paragraphs if I want, a couple of sentences right here. I don't have to go anywhere else. It's just right on my screen that I'm working with my client for my client. So and then I can share this. What's that?
You're creating SEO right here.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
But I'm working with my client. That's the efficiency that we put this together. Okay. Wow. Now we have this. It says share blog post with Buffer. This is our tool that syndicates out to my social media accounts. So I'm going to leave this checked. If Denise, when she creates hers, she unchecks this, and now she's not blogging. She's not necessarily blogging. Sorry, back up here. She's not creating this blog post when she does a search. So I'm creating a blog post because I want to market my website. I'm going to send this to Nick once a month because I told him that's what I would do. I'm going to send it now so that it goes out, and then I'm going to put my signature in here. It's a campaign.
I want to see it.
It's called a market update. So that's the campaign type. I'm going to put my name in here. We have a few folks in our company that use this as a demo site, so that's why these are changing. Email template. So we give you some templates. We have a buyer search template, and then we have a market update for a homeowner and a past client. I'm going to do a homeowner, and then I'll just change this neighborhood to say Gainey Ranch.
Oh, cool.
And then I save the campaign. Now, if I wasn't talking to you guys, that would have taken me 2 minutes. Correct?
And Dale, you help people, right? As far as when new clients come on board, you walk them through this procedure. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we train them to do all this.
Well, Dale, what happens after you save it, dude? Where's the blog?
Well, I'm gonna show you. But I was looking at my other screen when I clicked this. Did you guys see anything happen over here or no?
No.
We didn't see this happen, right?
No.
No.
Okay, so this is kicking off all the things that I want to happen now. So campaign process successfully. So that email's on its way out to Nick. Now let's go to, what's that?
Yeah, I just got it.
That's how fast it can be. All right. So Nick, do me a favor. click the link that's in the email that you got.
Yeah, I just did that.
And then scroll down and pick a property that says, and where it says view details, click that.
Okay.
And then scroll down underneath the photos, you'll see a little button that says save property.
Yep.
And then click save now.
Yep.
Now do me a favor and scroll to the top of the website, and you'll see a little button or a link that says my account. Click that and tell me what you see. Like literally, what do you see?
Welcome, Nick Baldwin, your saved properties. And then I have a list. There would essentially be a list. There's one, but there would essentially be a list.
And the search I sent you.
Yeah, and saved searches, Gainey Ranch.
Yep. You're now in your account on my website.
And I didn't have to sign up. You just were already in there. I didn't have to do anything.
That's right.
Wait, no password to remember?
No password.
Oh.
Nope, it's all a cookie-based system.
I'll take it.
I'm done. Where do I sign? Dale, 2 questions here from the audience while you're doing this, so I don't forget. One is, can you name 2 separate names in the letter to the client? So can you put 2 names like, hey, Joe and Joanne? Yes.
So I could, it's a matter of changing and adding a merge field for the co person. But yeah, you can do that.
And then the other question is, because this one comes from Anonymous, it says, give me all your money or I'll hack your site. No, I'm joking. It's anonymous, and it says, if you're currently, that was a terrible joke. If you currently have a website that you have content on, like SEO and blogs and all that, can any of this information be transferred to your sites now?
Yes, we do it all the time.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Let me I answered that live. Done.
So here's your blog
post. Take it off the previous site. Is he asking if he wants to transfer his existing site to an I Found Agent platform? Is that correct?
It seems like that's what they were asking. If they're changing systems.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just want to make sure that you put a 301 redirect on the first site, because you don't want to duplicate material on there, because if it's traced back to you by Google, which it inevitably will be, you'll get penalized for spamming.
Oh, that's a good point, Joe. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So the 301 redirect, if you're changing systems, you have an old URL out there with that content on it.
Joe, I'm sure lots of people have SEO questions, dude. What website do we go and visit you at to answer questions and do all that good stuff?
You know, I'm like the dentist kid's got the worst teeth on the block. My website is positionking.com, and it looks very old school. It's been around a long time. And then also my personal website is joegriffin.com. And you can kind of get a history of who I am and how long I've been in this business, which is just an eternity. I designed many of the submission tools and forms that we all use today. In fact, that became Submit a Website. I sold that to web.com. That became web.com search agency, which eventually became web.com. And so I've been in it forever, man. I've been in it so long. If I'd have known what I know now, I would have patented a lot of stuff. But we were all geeks back then. We just didn't know. But anybody may have specific questions, feel free to contact me. And, you can email me or, find any number that you can find on this website and call me.
I just put your info up there as well. So,
having a great real estate website is one thing. Like I said, if it can't be seen, it becomes worthless. Having someone who's good at SEO, who can guide you and provide stuff for you is worth its weight in gold. It's something that's truly taken for granted with all these other mechanisms out there. But a great website like I Found Agent and knowing your SEO can vault your business to levels you may have never seen.
I agree. I really do. And this is one of a few webinars I've ever agreed to do it, because I really like the platform that they're using. It is. I had questions for Dale before I even agreed to do this, and every one of them was passed with flying colors. And to us, it's a very easy site to work with. It's a very easy site to rank. There's always going to be competition, but it makes our job very easy.
Well, I'm one of those real estate idiot agents who I think if I spend more money, I'll get more. I just couldn't do it. So I stay with I Found Agent, even though there's stuff out there that's 5 times more expensive. It's just not as good.
I agree.
Well, dude, before we wrap up, everyone, Dale, can you show us where that blog is that you?
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, this is the inside of Nick's account. So this is his contact record.
Okay.
And I can put in a note about my conversation with Nick. Here's the activity log. So I processed the email. I sent it to him. He clicked on it. He visited. He saved a property. There's the actual saved email search that I set up for him.
Okay.
I can actually go in here and change it. Like, let's say Nick said, hey, I only want to see 5 bedrooms in Gainey Ranch. I could change it and send it back to him. He can change it, and I can see what he changed. Here's the saved property. He's the fact that he saved this property, he now gets a status update if there's a property, status change.
Got it.
I get notified, he gets notified. It's like, Boomtown and Conversion, all those guys have these tools for notification. We have all of those as well. You asked if I go to my blog and I click news, there's my Gainey Ranch market update.
Okay.
So there's the blog post that I published on my website.
Nice.
Okay.
What a
Now, when I scroll down, watch this. This is my Facebook. This is one of our business test pages. But when I click Facebook and I go to my business page that we have connected here, there's my Gainey Ranch market update.
Awesome.
I didn't do that. That's all automated. So I've now dumped out to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and my stuff's on its way into the search engines because of the way WordPress works. It does an automatic notification out to all the search engines saying there's new. Talk about an SEO tool. The great thing about WordPress is it sends out an outbound notification to the search engine saying there's new content on this website. Here's the link. Come look at it, and they'll send their bots to come look at it.
Love it, dude.
Other systems don't do that.
All right, Dale, somebody asked what the cost is. Is this monthly or yearly? What is the cost?
Yep. So we have a couple of costs. We have some special pricing for LabCoat agents. So our normal setup fees are $2,000 to set them up. And then our monthly is $199. And what comes with the $199 is it's our whole system. Plus we give you an automated blogging service that is used to set up automated blogging. Your website's actually doing it for All About Malibu Homes. And then, so it includes all of that. For LabCoat agents, after tomorrow, I'll say it this way, the price is $1,500. But until tomorrow, if you get in contact with us to schedule a demo or want to sign up, it's $1,000. So that we're holding that special through tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Through the end of the week. And then I have, if you go to ifoundagent.com / LabCoat agents.
Yeah, I posted up the link.
Okay.
We're good.
That's where you go. And all you gotta do is sign up. We need to get your sign up before the end of the day tomorrow. Also, the first 200, you got me?
I got your back, yeah.
Okay. So the first 200 people who sign up, we're going to give them an extra SEO video.
Dude, I love it. Can you, before we leave, can you show how my site is doing?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm on a copy, Jeff, but I'm not there yet. I need to start blogging more like Denise is doing.
I just think this is a stunning photo. Like, it's just, I look at that and I just want to stay there.
Dude, those are all my pictures, man.
They're beautiful.
Beautiful.
So scroll down. I love this part. As you scroll down more, what I'm doing is I'm separating the beaches there.
Yeah. So I'm going to click into point. I love the way that the polygon tool, so we can draw out polygons for areas. By the way, you can do polygons for searches to your clients too that work exactly the way we just did it.
Yeah, and this is all indexed. So
yeah,
anytime I add anything else or I'm in Point Doom, I can just grab this. Because yesterday I was there at one of the houses on the top right, and I haven't even done the blog yet, but I took my own pictures I think it's the one underneath that. Try that one.
I want to mention something real quick.
Yeah, that's the one.
On your site.
Yeah.
Up at the top, allaboutmalibu.com/Point Doom homes for sale.
Yeah.
That permalink, which is the address, is so good for SEOing because it's direct. It's not a long URL, which gets caught up. When you have nice, short, direct URLs without a bunch of garbage in between, you really got a nice connection for Google.
Dude, I didn't even think of that. That is so brilliant. You're right. Wow.
Good stuff.
All right.
And look at other sites. Just check out some other agent sites, and you see these long URLs that make no sense with letters and numbers in them. No good. No good.
You're right. Those are ones that are dynamic, that are pulling for a database. It says ID ? Equals, and then gives the number of the actual data. You're correct, and that's that thing that Dale showed you when he was creating that post or page. When I said, look at the URL is actually being conformed to the title. Do you recall that, Dale?
Yep.
So that's how this was created. It was created in the back end. It's very powerful.
Yeah, that's what Nick pointed out too. All right, let's wrap it up, guys. Joe, anything you want to leave us with?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, and I look forward to talking to you all again, perhaps individually soon.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I put your website.
What's that house that's only $37,000 a month for mortgage? I was really hoping to pay $38,000, but it's close enough.
Well, it might be a bidding war. You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. Joe, I put your links up here, positionking.com and joegriffin.com. So thank you. And Denise, anything you want to leave us with?
Just very, very pleased with the service. Very good staff, very supportive. I love the training videos I can go out there and look at anytime. And a lot of new things that I'm going to apply to our website today.
Yeah, definitely some stuff I learned too. So very impressed.
Dale, I'm going to email you later, man. I know I got to get moving on this, so I'll email you.
Okay, sir.
And Jeff, how about you, buddy?
Well, I just want to back up what Denise said about iFound Agent. I've been with them since last September, and I've looked at everything on the market. I really have studied it up and down and got involved, and I'm with iFound Agent, and I'm very happy to be on this webinar with you guys. It was enlightening. It was good.
That was really good. Thanks for all the things you added, Jeff. It was really good. Dale, anything you want to leave us with?
I thank you for the opportunity, Tristan and Nick, to be on this webinar today. We have a great product for agents. It's practical. It's not a gimmick. It's really designed to give an agent a tool that they can use to run their business, manage their database, market themselves all in 2 minutes from the palm of their hand. That's it.
By the way, I might add two things. Tristan told me that it's probably one of the best websites he's ever had. And second, we hear all the time in LabCoats, people just complaining about, having to, if they really want leads, they got to pay for them. And in some markets, those leads are $250, $500, if you're getting them from Zillow or Realtor. But this is your opportunity to get those motivated buyers and not have to pay to find them, So I think that's a win in itself.
Yeah, if you think about it, agents work with their clients all the time doing searches in the MLS. So what we're saying is transfer where you do those searches to your website and do that, publish the work you're doing already, publish it on your website, and you'll start building your organic SEO presence in the search engines without having to change a thing. It's just where you do it. The MLS will never get you there.
No. Agreed. Well, thanks everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
All right, thanks guys.
All right, thanks guys.
So I sure appreciate it.
All right.
Bye-bye.